I think this is working. All right, some more information coming out today around Social Security, and as you probably noticed, with the title of this live stream, and the Supreme Court is also getting involved. So, yeah. Anyway, by the way, I don't even know if the camera is pointing toward me or it could possibly be pointing backward toward the light. Honestly, I don't know. One of the luxuries of being blind. YouTube changed some things again. Love when they change stuff. Not. But anyway, I have no idea what's going on here, so we're doing things a little bit differently. It's vertical, which is weird for me. I don't do vertical videos. So anyway, let's just see how this goes. A lot of things are very different right now, so I apologize about all this. Just trying to do my best, and flying blind here, literally. All right. Whew, this is, yeah, interesting. Okay, anyway. Let me share with you what happened today. Okay, obviously we've seen a ton of different changes around Social Security lately, right? You hear me say that literally every single day in all the videos because it's super weird. But anyway, remember back, okay, so here we are May 2nd, right now as a host of this live stream. I think it was back in probably mid-March, give or take a little bit. I'm just kind of giving you, just prefacing this really quickly as far as what's going on. But anyway, back in about mid-March or so, we had a federal judge who came out and basically restricted access for Doge to get into the Social Security database. Remember this? And then that was expiring about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago or so. Maybe not even that long ago, probably 2 weeks ago or so. That was going to be expiring. Okay, so it was a temporary restraining order, essentially, basically restricting Doge from accessing Social Security. Well, then the same judge came back and extended it. Okay, so extended it again, basically this temporary restrictions on Doge from accessing the Social Security database. Okay, now today, what's super interesting about it is, obviously, Doge still wants to get into the database. They haven't been allowed to because of this basically temporary restraining order put in place by this federal judge. However, today, the Trump administration reached out to the Supreme Court and is calling on them to grant access for Doge to get into the Social Security database. So now we've got the Supreme Court involved with this whole situation as far as Doge versus Social Security. It's getting pretty interesting, right? Obviously, we've been saying that for a while now, and it's been a very interesting year with, all these massive changes, but who would have thought it was going to come down to this, where the president is literally reaching out to the Supreme Court, basically calling on them to say, hey, tell these district judges to get out of the way and allow Doge to get access to the database, okay? So it's going to be super interesting going forward. Now, what else about this that I want to point out really quickly is that with this temporary restraining order that the judge put in place, again, back in, it was like mid-ish March or so, give or take a little bit, and then like 2 weeks ago or so, again, give or take a little bit here, when she extended that out again, basically what she was saying is that, well, number one, we need to see who's going to be accessing, who within Doge, I should say, is going to be accessing the Social Security database. What are they going to be doing there? We need to have like a clear intention of what their plan is when they access the database. What are they going to be doing there? They also want these individuals to go through proper, necessary background testing, which I like that idea. I'm not opposed to that whatsoever. If someone's going to access that information, we want to know that, they don't have, they're not some massively untrustworthy person. So we want to know that they probably have good intentions for whatever that's worth, right? So that's another thing as well as they want them to go through proper training, again, whatever that entails, to make sure that they are properly versed on all of this Social Security information, and they are, have the restrictions lifted on these individuals. So super interesting thing here. So we'll have to see what happens out of the Supreme Court here to see if they actually do allow Doge to access the Social Security database. I'm going to say this much. This is my prediction going forward. I don't think it's going to fly. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I don't know. That's just my opinion about it. But I do think, here's the thing as well. I've said this before in other videos. It's just a matter of time. Doge will be getting into the Social Security database, and they're going to have access to it, and they'll be able to get in there and do whatever they want. But it's just a matter of time. Right now, all they're doing is kicking the can down the road a little bit, delaying this process. But ultimately, Social Security is going to get, or Doge will get in there, and they're going to do all kinds of things. So, again, just want to point that out really quickly. Okay, I'm going to jump into the chat here, if I can even do that, such a thing. Where's my phone? Here it is. Okay, again, super weird. If you're just jumping on live right now, I apologize. This is super weird. YouTube changed some things. Super weird. It's vertical, the video. I don't do vertical stuff, so I don't even know what's like going on right now. The camera could be pointed backward towards some bright light right behind the camera. It could be a total mess. I'm not even sure what's going on right here, okay? I'm not even sure if I can access this thing. So anyway, I'm going to try to get into the chat. I'll answer some questions for you, do what I can, or we'll just end it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm not even live. Honestly, it'd probably be a good thing if I wasn't, just to be real, okay? Oh man, I don't like when YouTube changes things. It's just, not everything is accessible. It's just super frustrating for me. Anyway, I mean, everybody else out there, totally fine. But as a blind person, honestly, it is super frustrating when things get changed because it's not always accessible. Okay, let's see. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to help you out is what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to get into the chat or the live stream. We'll see if that's even a thing. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, wow, look at this. I'm in. Apparently this is working. Okay, let's see what's going on with the chat. Is it Roanne from New York? Awesome. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. We've got someone here. That's awesome. Roanne from New York. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Patricia, I see you there as well. Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. Sorry, this is odd. I know. Thank you. Yeah, B, thanks so much for being here. Nice to see you as always. Yeah, thank you. Greg, is it Jurgen? Yeah, Greg, I see you there as well. Thanks so much for being here, Greg. Nice to see you as always. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly again, Greg. Mindy Fuller, nice to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Happy Friday. Yeah, Lori. Lori's feeling the pain. Right there with you. Also blind. Yeah. Isn't that super annoying, Lori, when trying to do something and they change like an app or something? Man, that's like my worst thing, right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Lori, I made the awful mistake of updating my phone the other night. I use iPhone, by the way. I'm not sure what you use, Lori, but I made the mistake of updating to like the latest iOS 18 dot whatever it is. It's terrible. Don't do it. If you're an iPhone person, don't do it yet. It's bad. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Oh, yeah. Lori, exactly. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Joe Minnick. You're right. So what happened is I started the live stream like I always do, and then it wasn't working. It told me to like flip the camera around. So I took it out of the tripod and I was like trying to fix it. And then all of a sudden it's like going live in 3 seconds. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? So I quick scrambled and I didn't know what to do. So I quick just ended it. So and then I went in and I deleted the video. So that's what happened because I didn't do anything other than like panic for 45 seconds. Kamala Shirey, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, pretty cool to be vertical. This is awesome, right? Yeah, John DiMatteo, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate this. Yeah, thank you for being here. Alicia Murray, what is happening now? Okay, let me give a quick little recap just in case anybody's jumping on right now. Okay, so here's what happened. Again, back in about mid-March or so, give or take a little bit, we had this federal judge who came out and restricted access for Doge to get into the Social Security database, right? That was about a month long, and then about, I don't know, give or take 2 weeks or so, it was about 2 weeks ago, give or take a little bit here, that was expiring, that temporary restraining order. Well, that same federal judge came back and she extended it yet again, right? However, today, just a short time ago, like an hour ago, something like that, was not very long ago, the Trump administration came out and is calling on the Supreme Court to basically step in and intervene and allow Doge to access the Social Security database. So this is going to be an interesting one to see how this plays out. I'm not really sure what the Supreme Court is going to do about this. I'm going to say this much. In my opinion, if I had to guess, I would say they're going to say, no, we're not going to grant access. But here's the thing about it. And I've said this in the videos over the last, month and a half or whatever, since we started hearing about this federal judge stepping in and intervening and basically disallowing access for Doge into Social Security. I'm saying this. It's only going to be a matter of time, okay? Doge will get into Social Security at some point, but right now they're kind of kicking, they're screaming, they're clawing back. They love saying that, by the way, now, right? That's one of their new little phrases. Well, we're clawing, whatever. But that's kind of one of the things is, I think it's only a matter of time until they actually do gain access, and then Doge will get into the database, and who knows what they're going to do there, but they're doing all kinds of stuff. Raul, yeah, hey, thank you so much for being here. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Raul, yes, I see you there. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the nice message as well. That is very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, Mindy Fuller, legally blind yourself. It's frustrating. 100% agree with you, right? Yes, thank you for being here. CC Gaston, is that what it is? I like it. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, CC, for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, Cheryl Singleton, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it as well. Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday. Is it Terry Williams? Terry Williams, hello. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday as well. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Lori, I'm not sure which one it is. The update you're talking about, the iPhone user as well. Yeah, I don't know. It was like 2 days ago. My phone just automatically updated. It was like whatever version is the latest one. I would just wait a little bit if you can on updating there. My phone just automatically updated. Not a fan. I should really turn that off. But yeah, anyway, I'm not sure exactly which version it was. I just saw it and it was like, or that it updated. So yeah, sorry, exactly what version it is. I saw a question. Trendy. That's the name, Trendy. You're saying something about, have you heard of, I think you said $5,500 May Social Security benefits, something like making headlines. Not sure who's saying that, but again, there's a lot of really bad headlines out there. I'm just saying that much. There's a lot of really bad information out there as well. Anybody that's saying $5,500, I'm just going to say this much. That's 100% false, okay? The reason that I say that is there's no such thing as a $5,500 Social Security check. Impossible. Cannot happen. The maximum anybody can get out of Social Security, and this is only a very, very, very small percentage of people, like a couple thousand people out of 70 plus million people. There's like, I just saw the number like a month ago. It was like 2,200 people. It was a very, very small number, but the maximum benefit anybody can get out of Social Security is $5,108. That's the maximum anybody can get, okay? If they're talking about like a $5,000 Doge dividend, again, we've talked about that many times before. That's definitely not coming right now anyway. And if we were to get that in the first place, it's not going to be for quite a while, and it's certainly not going to be $5,000. So yeah, if you see anything like that, $5,500 Social Security anything, it's 100% false. There's nothing of the kind out there right now, okay? Maybe that's an unpopular thing for me to say, but it's the truth, okay? Just want to be honest with you. Nice. Yeah, John McDonald, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for being here. Yep. Exactly. Ryan Anderson saying, the government wants to tell us what we can eat on food stamps. 100% true. Yes, exactly. I've been out in a couple videos lately, not a ton, but there's a lot of bills out there, a lot of piece of legislation. There's a lot of talk about dramatically restricting the purchasing of various different foods with your SNAP benefits, right? So yeah, that's interesting. Which, by the way, I just saw a headline today. I didn't really look into it a whole lot because there's a lot of other things that they're going to have to cross first. But apparently, they're talking about possibly the Farm Bill. Remember that one? The Farm Bill, about 83% or so, give or take a little bit, about 83% of the Farm Bill is focused on SNAP benefits or food assistance for low income people, right? This is a piece of legislation they negotiate once every 5 years. Well, except for this time. The last time it was negotiated was in 2018, which was that 7 years ago? Yeah, they were supposed to do this thing 2 years ago. Actually, to be fair, 2.5 years ago. They keep extending it. Okay, but anyway, apparently they're going to do the Farm Bill this year by the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th. Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyway, apparently they're negotiating it. And apparently also, I saw this today as well. Apparently the USDA is talking about pushing all of essentially the management of the SNAP program onto the states. Well, I'm just going to say this much. The states are like broke. The states don't have any money. So if the SNAP program is 100% on the states, that's not going to be very good for the beneficiary. Again, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just being real with you, which is it's not going to be very good because where does the SNAP program get the majority of its money? The federal government, right? If the federal government pushes it 100% on the states are going to say we're broke, we've got nothing. How are we supposed to send it out to the people of our within our state lines, right? So we'll see what happens here. There's a lot of discussions around the SNAP program. Again, food stamps, EBT, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. People call it a variety of different things, but yeah, there's a lot of things out there, and I would 100% expect, okay, just a couple things that I would expect. I would 100% expect the purchase of pop soda or soda pop, again, all referring to the same thing. I've just realized lately that regardless, or depending on where you're located around the country, we call it something different, but whatever you call it, it's all referring to the same thing. Carbonated beverages, I would 100% expect those to be completely removed from the purchase of SNAP probably soonish. Okay, just be prepared for that. They're working on that one in a variety of different ways. There's a lot of people that are working on that and restricting that. There's states alone, independent states. There's about 10 independent states that are working on the restriction of that as well. So I would say this much. Just be prepared that that's certainly going to be something that I would bet is probably coming for sure. And then probably some other restrictions as well. Kathy Roberts from Washington State. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Kathy Roberts. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here, and happy Friday. Is it Thomas Naylor? Thomas Naylor? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thomas from Arkansas. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you, Thomas. Thanks for being with us. James Joker from Louisiana. Awesome. Thanks for being here, James Joker. Nice to have you. Happy Friday. Nice. James Joker waving the hands all around. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Nice. Kit Kat from Florida. Awesome. Thanks, Kit Kat, for being here. Really appreciate you as well. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Roanne, again from New York. Yep. You said you're 67 on food stamps. You like a couple sweets here and there, but you don't mind buying your own. Yeah. That may be a thing coming probably sooner than later. Yep. Nice. James Joker waving his hands all around. Awesome. Thanks for being here, James. Nice. Salvador Bonfilio saying, just gave you a like. That's awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thanks, Salvador. Really appreciate you. Happy Friday. Yeah, Samuel Hogwood, is that what it is? Samuel Hogwood. Yeah, you're talking about the records for Social Security, things like that. So yeah, basically the administration, the Trump administration is reaching out to the Supreme Court, basically asking them to intervene and allow Doge to have access to the Social Security database. Okay, and I just want to throw this out there. I've said this a couple times so far here in the live stream, but I'm just going to say it again really quickly, which is it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Doge will have access to the Social Security database, but just the big question is when, right? And that's exactly what the federal judge who restricted it in the first place, again, about a month and a half or so ago, give or take a little bit, and then extended it out. All she's doing is really just delaying the inevitable, which is Doge will have access to the database. But basically, the Trump administration is stepping in saying, hey, Supreme Court, can you allow this to happen? And we'll see what they say. They might come in and say, no, absolutely not, and say that that's not allowed, right? So we'll see. Only time will tell here. But yeah, I think the big question would be as well, considering they have information on all of us, and I've mentioned this before in other videos as well, which is Social Security has information on all of us. Because somebody out there that's, say, I don't know, 35, 40, 50, something like that, might think, I'm not getting benefits. They don't have my information. They have all of our information, because if you have a Social Security number, they have your information, right? So they have access on like 330 plus million people, the entire population in this country. They have basically all of our information. And so when Doge accesses that, it's not just the 70 plus million beneficiaries, it's everybody that they would have access to. Yeah. Yeah, Joe Minnick, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? Good question. Yeah, good question, Mo3. That's not carbonated, is it? I don't know if that's carbonated. I'm not really sure. But it is. Here's the other caveat of that. They say carbonated beverages or those sugary, that's what they say, by the way, sugary drinks that have artificial flavoring. So Hawaiian Punch would certainly fall into the category of artificial flavoring. So yeah, there may be a couple different outs there as far as restricting that from SNAP benefits. Nice. Thomas Naylor, exactly. Thanks for the confirmation on the pronunciation of your name. Appreciate it. That's great. Kit Kat, you're very welcome as well. I see you there. Happy Friday. Yeah, thank you for being here. I'm sure Corey will be saying hi as well. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I apologize. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name here. But you're talking about Hawaiian Punch having artificial flavoring in it, and you're going to be missing your Skittles and Doritos. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good combo right there, right? Yep. I apologize. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name here. You saying you have RP? What do you have? Same RP here as well. Yes, exactly. Ah, man, not a fun process. Which, by the way, again, I apologize. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name there. It starts with a G. I'm just not sure what my phone is reading to me. I have like, I don't know, a couple hundred videos from years ago here on the channel talking about RP and like vision loss and blindness and stuff like that. If you want to see some really, really bad blind videos, feel free to scroll back and check those out. I have a playlist here on the videos or on the channel as well. Check those out if you want. You certainly don't have to. I'm just saying there's some interesting videos. Yes. Yeah, Mr. What was it? Mr. Super Gorilla Man, I think it is. I love your name, Mr. Super Gorilla Man. You're talking about whey and whey shakes. It's a really good one, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure if that would be restricted. Here's the thing. Let's just think through this logically first, just a second here, okay? So what they want to do is they want to restrict carbonated beverages and sugary drinks and sugary kind of dessert type foods, okay? Is whey sugary? Not at all. Like no sugar in whey for the most part, right? I drink whey shakes every day, like a couple a day, every single day. So I'm been drinking this stuff for years as well. I love it. But here's the thing: is it sugary? No. Is it carbonated? No. Is it a dessert food? No. I would say it's more like a health food. So I would say probably not. I don't think that's going to be restricted. That's my opinion about that. Yeah, I would say probably not. I would say you probably don't have to worry about that. But again, who knows? Maybe they come in and say you can't. But I would say that whey is probably one of those things that would have no reason to be restricted. That's just my opinion about it. Skywalker 24, when is this supposed to take place and will it affect all states? Are you talking about the SNAP benefit thing? Okay. By the way, we're getting a little sidetracked here, which is okay. I don't mind. In the chat box, I don't mind answering questions about whatever. That's totally fine. But I think you're talking about the whole SNAP situation here. It really depends. Again, I mentioned this a few minutes ago. About 10 states out there right now are actively working independently. States are to restrict the purchase of, again, carbonated beverages, sugary drinks, things like that. So that's just like in the 10 states. However, on the federal level, lawmakers are talking about, with a variety of different pieces of legislation, you can look them up if you want to. The Healthy SNAP Act is one. The Nutritious SNAP Act is another one. The Zero for Zero Nutritious Options Act, that was another one as well. Oh man, there's like six or seven of them that are out there. Those are just a few that I can think of off the top of my head right now. But anyway, I would fully expect not only are the states going to come in and restrict it on the state level, but yeah, I would suspect as well that all encompassing across the entire country, that lawmakers will also pass this, nationwide as well. So let's just stay tuned on this. Let's see what happens. But again, as well, just because they talk about something does not mean that it's necessarily going to get passed, right? We see that all the time. They introduce all kinds of things and they say, oh, for sure, this one's coming. It's going to pass. And then they never do anything about it, right? So all you have to do with lawmakers, just wave a vacation in front of them and they're like, yeah, forget it. Let's go on vacation, guys. And then they go on vacation and totally forget about stuff, right? So that's all you kind of got to do is just... just here's some legislation. You want to do this? You want to go on vacation? Forget it. Let's go on vacation. And that's what they do. Yep. I love homemaking. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, by the way, I'm pretty sure it was you. I love homemaking is your name. I'm pretty sure it was you, but about, 2 or 3 weeks ago or so, I was just wrapping up a live stream. I literally pushed the button to end it, and I saw a comment from you saying something like, and again, I'm pretty sure it was you that said it, something like, I've been on the live streams, you'd never answer my question. And I was like, oh man, I just seen your question right now. So I apologize about that. I certainly do not skip comments on purpose. I do my best to get to as many as possible. And again, maybe it wasn't you, but the name looks super familiar. I thought it was maybe a comment like that. So again, I'm trying to do what I can here. So again, if I miss your comments, I apologize about that. Just trying to do what I can to get to everybody. Yeah, Thomas Naylor saying, what about Minute Maid? Again, good question. That might fall into, I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm just going to say that. I don't think Minute Maid is carbonated, right? That's kind of like their big thing. The carbonation is really big to these people. To the lawmakers, they're like, anything carbonated, we're going to reduce. So Minute Maid, from what I understand and from what I recall, I don't believe Minute Maid is carbonated, right? So maybe it is a little bit, but that one might slip through the cracks. I'm not sure. Okay, we need more clarity on this is really what we need. Oh yeah, Skywalker 24, no problem at all. Yeah, don't worry about it. No need to apologize. Seriously, in the live streams like this, we talk about the main topic for the first little while, but when we get into the chat box, it's fair game. We'll answer questions. We'll talk about anything. So yeah, Skywalker, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, no worries whatsoever. Charlene Reynolds. Hello. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here, Charlene. I am that I am. Is that the name? I am that I am. I had to think about that for a second to say it. Yeah, thank you so much for the very nice message. That is very, very kind of you. I appreciate it, right? Yeah, thank you for being here, and thank you so much for the very nice message. Very nice of you. Yeah, happy Friday. Deborah Chapman. Deborah Chapman, hello. Nice to see you as well. By the way, let's just do a really fast recap here, just in case you're just joining right now, which, by the way, we're vertical. You like it, right? We're vertical. No more of that horizontal business. That's, I don't know. I don't even know what I was trying to say. But anyway, the only reason that the video is vertical right now is because, honestly, YouTube changed something, and I kind of panicked, and I had to flip the video vertical. So, honestly, I'm shocked it's going this well. Really? Okay. It could have been a lot worse. Okay, anyway, quick little recap here in case you're just joining right now. And I talked about the details of this in the first, 10 minutes of the video. But anyway, back in mid-March or so, give or take a little bit, we had a federal judge that came out and basically put a temporary restraining order on Doge, right? Department of Government Efficiency. Oh, by the way, Elon is out of there, okay? Elon left about a week ago, okay? So, or actually maybe not even a week ago, but Elon is no longer there doing the whole Doge thing. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, side note. Okay, so back in March-ish, give or take a little bit, about, a month and a half ago or so, we had this federal judge that came in, put the temporary restraining order on Doge, saying, no, you got to get out of the Social Security database. You need to uninstall all the programs, remove everything, delete all the data that's been harvested, uninstall any programs within the database, whatever it is, and basically said Doge has to completely remove itself from the Social Security database immediately. Okay, got it. Well, that expired about, I don't know, give or take a little bit, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, maybe not even that long. Again, just kind of roughly given some timelines here. And then she came back and she reinstated it. The day of expiration, she reinstated this temporary restraining order. Okay, it's still in place as of right now. However, the Trump administration came out today and called on the Supreme Court to basically step in and allow Doge to gain access to the Social Security database. Now, here's one thing that I'll point out. And again, I said this maybe 10 minutes ago or so, give or take a little bit. But the interesting part about this is that you might think, Social Security, if they get into the database, they're only going to have access to the roughly 70 million beneficiaries, right? No. They would have access to about 334 million people because that's the population of our country. And everybody that has a Social Security number has their data within the database, right? So that's kind of the major concern here is we're not talking 70 plus million people. We're talking 334 million people. Literally every single person that has a Social Security number, their data is in the database of Social Security because that's how you get a Social Security number, right? I mean, obviously we know this, super basic, but sometimes we see information that's out there saying, oh, it's just going to pertain to the beneficiaries, the retirees, the seniors, the people with disabilities, right? No, everybody would have their data basically in the hands of Doge. So that's why this is so important, and it's a lot of information that's out there. So yeah, quick little recap. Sharon Thomas, hello. Thank you so much for the nice message. Appreciate that as well. You also have a nice evening. Thanks for being here, Sharon Thomas. Is it Baby J People? Is that what it is? Baby J People, I think it is. Hi, hello, thanks for being here. Hope I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Nice. Charlene Reynolds, thank you so much. Glad you like my shirt. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Got a couple new shirts even. I don't think this is one of the new ones. Yeah, I don't think this is one of the new ones, but I finally got a couple new shirts. I didn't even do it. My wife Corey bought them. So, yeah. Yeah, Sky Rob, I see you there as well. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Sounds scary. Yeah, a lot of this does. Oh, thank you. Charlene Reynolds, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice. Alan 007. I like it. Thank you. Hope you're also having a nice Friday. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you as well. Thank you. Yeah, Susan Smith, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you as well. Thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Happy Friday. Yeah, Deborah Chapman, you're awesome. Thanks so much, Deborah Chapman. That's awesome. Yeah, I know you've been around for a very long time. Yeah, years. Thank you, Deborah. Really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Nice. Charlene Reynolds, thank you. Corey has good taste. Yeah, thank you. That's very kind. Oh, this is totally off topic. I'm just going to throw this out there. It's kind of interesting. I learned something super interesting yesterday. Actually, it was last night. You're probably going to think like, really? You didn't know that? But I honestly did not know this until last night, okay? So my mom is over right now. So my mom and Corey are making salsa at the moment. So they're making like homemade salsa, right? So they got like tomatoes and green peppers and jalapenos and I don't know, whatever else you put in salsa. Okay, so it literally smells like somebody like dumped a jar of salsa on the floor right now. So like as I'm talking, I can smell like tons of onions and like all kinds of peppers and stuff right now. It smells kind of good, but it's honestly a little bit overwhelming as well. Okay, but anyway, so last night, I was helping Corey like chop up the green peppers and like open up this jalapenos and like take out all the seeds and stuff like that. By the way, this is totally off topic here. I'm just kind of throwing it out there because I thought it's interesting. Up until last night, I don't think I've ever touched a jalapeno, which is super weird, but I don't think I've ever touched one. Okay, so I didn't know. Anyway, long story short, I had a dozen jalapenos. Okay, so I chop the end off and slice it in half, take a little spoon and like scoop out all the seeds. Okay, fine. A dozen later, or actually I did about 10 of them. And then, we got distracted and whatever. So anyway, a little while later, I washed my hands like a bunch of times. And then I was like, my hands kind of smell like peppers. And I like put my hand up like this and I like touched my finger on my lip. And within seconds, my lips were on fire. My face was like burning hot. And my lips got super swollen. But either way, my finger, for whatever reason, like apparently had a bunch of like jalapeno juice or oil or whatever still on it, even after washing my hands multiple times. And my lips and face were on fire for like an hour and a half. It was nuts. I didn't realize that. And then every time I'd wash my hands, they'd get super hot, like they'd sting from the water. I didn't know. Had no idea. And then my mom, when she came over today, I told her that, and she's like, yeah, I wear gloves when I do it. And I was like, I didn't know. I've never done this before. I had no idea that this would like burn my hands like that. So interesting. And then what was super interesting this morning, woke up, showered, and in the shower, my hands were like burning from the water on my hands where the oil from the jalapenos was. So I didn't know. I had no idea. I've never done that before. I know, like, you learn something every day, right? I mean, that's like the most obscure thing ever, but I don't know. I thought it was super interesting. Like, lesson learned. I don't want to deal with that again. That was painful. So I think I'm good now. But I don't think you even care. There's no reason that you should care about that. I just thought, hey, lesson learned. If you ever decide to cut open jalapenos and scoop out seeds, you may want to throw on a pair of rubber gloves or something and protect your hands, because it can really burn a lot. It's painful. Like, it stings a lot. Yep, James Lara. James Lara says, Matt, we're in a recession. 100% agree with you. I agree with you. It's not confirmed, by the way, and it won't be confirmed until probably July. That's the interesting part about this. The economic data is always so delayed. In fact, a couple days ago, what was it? Today's Friday. I think it was it on Wednesday? Yeah, it was on Wednesday. Wednesday, we got the GDP data that came out, right? Came in, showed a decline, 0.3%. So that's not good at all, considering the fourth quarter we had an annualized gain of 2.4%. So not good. Remember, 2 back-to-back quarters of GDP declines is technically a recession, right? So we got one in the books, one more to go, and we're technically in an official recession, which, by the way, everybody and their uncle is going to deny it and say, oh, no, we're not in a recession. We've got a booming economy. Well, as I said the other day in the video, it doesn't really matter. If it feels like we're in a recession to you, everybody's situation is different. But if everybody out there, or at least the majority of the population, says, yep, feels like a recession, smells like a recession, sounds like a recession, tastes like a recession, looks like a recession, guess what? It's a recession, right? It doesn't matter if it technically says it on paper and they've officially confirmed it on the economic front, like, oh, economically, because of these data points, we're in a recession. But if it feels like it for a percentage of the population, whatever you feel is true, right? It's true for you. Well, that's the thing. As soon as we get to, a certain percentage of the population feeling like, hey, it's a recession and it's here, that's when the real big recession actually comes in and actually does happen. So, anyway, at best, at the earliest point that we could possibly see the confirmation with this, of this, I should say, would be like the end of July. So, like practically August is when we're going to see official confirmation. That's a lot of months. But the reason for that is that's the next time the next GDP data comes out on the second quarter. We're still in the second quarter right now. We're like almost halfway through the second quarter. Okay, we're not going to get the confirmation of a recession until basically the start of almost halfway through the third quarter. Does that kind of make sense? So it's going to be interesting. This year is going to be super interesting. Marwan is here. Hey, Marwan. Nice to see you. That is so awesome. Hey, Marwan's been around for a very long time, like a very long time, since like the channel started, like back in 2018 or so. So yeah, Marwan, it is so awesome to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I will certainly say a little message to Corey. That is awesome. Thank you, Marwan. Yeah. Shell Balestra, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you as well. Thanks for joining us, Shell. Nice to have you as always. Happy Friday. Yeah, Charlene Reynolds. Yeah, it sounds like you learned at a very young age, significantly younger than when I just learned last night. So, yep, it's okay to learn. It's always good to learn something every day, right? Yes, even if it's a little bit later. Yeah, Mindy Fuller talking about food that you buy and it molds very quickly before you can get a chance to consume it. Asking everybody else if they had that situation as well. Yeah, have you ever taken it back to the store? You can do that. I've done that, right? So if you like get home and you buy like some vegetables or fruits or something like that, you open it up and like the same day or like the day later, you're like, wait, these strawberries are all moldy. Yeah, I'd take them back to the store and be like, I just bought these yesterday and look at this. And a lot of times they'll just exchange it. I'm just saying, you don't have to. I'm just saying that a lot of times they'll honor that. Nice. Yeah, Kit Kat and Shelby and Deborah Chapman and Mindy Fuller. Charlene Reynolds, exactly. Marwan, I see you there, Marwan. Thank you. Yeah, James Lara. Okay. Yeah, Sharon Thomas from Washington State. Awesome to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Baby J People, I think it is. Baby J People. Yep, Banana. Yep, Sky Rob, exactly. Keep your receipts. You can do return. Yep, exactly. 100%. Agreed. Yeah. The Lone Stranger. Yes, Vacuum Seal. Yep. Those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool little machines, right? The little vacuum machines. Yep. Jenny, Vancouver, Washington here. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Jenny. Really appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining from Vancouver, Washington. Awesome. Thank you. Nice, Marwan. Thank you so much, Marwan. You're awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I will certainly say hi to Corey. But yeah, she will be super excited. Thank you, Marwan. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Marwan, say hi to Jason for us. Hope you are doing well. Thank you. Nice, James Lara. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations, James Lara. Exactly. Jerry Sweeney, I think it is. Oh, sorry, Larry. Sorry about that. Larry Sweeney. Yep, exactly. Talking about the 70s and the 80s. Yep, exactly. Very interesting times, right? And again, we see the same pattern play out time and time and time again. Yep. So, yeah, thank you, Larry. Okay, let's leave it at that for now. I think that's probably good for a vertical video. Hopefully YouTube will fix things up before I try to do another one so we can actually do a normal sideways horizontal video rather than this vertical stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate all of you. If you're new here, if you've not done so, consider subscribing if you'd like. If you don't want to, that's totally fine too. I totally get it. But I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you. Otherwise, please just have a nice Friday. Just want to keep you posted on all this. I will keep you posted with everything going on. Super weird time right now. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks so much for joining, everyone. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this thing off. I'm not even sure what to do because it's vertical. I've never done this. So let's try to figure this out together. Okay, so step one, unplug the mic. Number two, oh, look at that. Right there. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. Okay, please have a nice afternoon. Thank you. I will catch you again later. All right, have a nice evening. I'll see you.